Good morning, champions. Hey, I'm bringing you something that is invaluable to your real estate career. Uh, we're in January, actually, end of January already, and I'm still getting some response from our associates saying, how am I going to reach my goals? What should I be doing this year? How do I be more effective? Um, and I want to share with you what I call the $1 million secret. And the the more that I'm in this industry, the more I can appreciate um, really how simple it is when you boil it right down to what do I need to do and be to be successful. And probably the most successful and effective thing that you can do to set yourself up for financial security, to make sure that um, you will never have to worry about a payment, a loan, have any financial pressure on you. And it's built on building your sphere of influence. A sphere of influence is invaluable. One of the pleasures and bonuses that I have in my life is that, and one of the reasons I am still doing this in January, I'm entering my 43rd year. But one of the reasons I'm still doing this is because I just love it. I just, I don't know what else I can do. I can't golf as much as I can work. And so I like working. So the $1 million sphere, if I've done anything well in my life, I have been able to develop a close network of friends. And if someone would have given me this lesson early on in my career, I would have reached my financial goals much quicker. I would have built a better sphere, a stronger sphere, a connected sphere, and more people in my sphere. That when I talk about a sphere, I'm talking about your raving fans. And a sphere is a group of individuals who can either do business with you or refer business to you. And those are made up of family, friends, repeat clients, investors, building a referral network with other realtors, developing mentors, people that you look up to and that you can talk to about business advice and 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 personal advice. Um, you need to build that sphere, and it isn't important how big your sphere is. It's important how much they rely on you as their real estate resource center. And that's what you need to do. In order to build a good sphere, you need to create value. Why? What is in it for them? You want to make sure that when they think real estate, there's only one mind or one name that comes to mind, and that's yours. And so when someone's saying, and everybody's talking real estate, and it doesn't matter whether it's COVID or pre-COVID or post-COVID, I can be sitting in the steam room with six guys and they're going to go, "Hey, Miles, how's the market?" And we know what the average realtor does? Goes, "Oh, the market's great. It's going, yeah, yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great." You should say, "Oh, the market's good. Why do you ask? Are you looking to buy or sell?" Turn it into a question and search for a lead. Anyhow, to build a sphere and to create value, you need to focus on their needs, their interests, what's their work, what's their profession. Um, Whenever you come across something that talks about their business, their profession, their interests, I don't care if they like marathons or crocheting. If you run across an article on the internet, on the newspaper, in a flyer, in a magazine, you clip it out, you send it to them saying, "Hey, Joe, hey, Mary, I read this. I thought it might interest you." Little things to stay in touch with them. You need to know them. And I mean know them, know their family, know their pets. Um, you need to know their anniversary dates. You need to know their birth dates. And all of that is built. And the perfect way is the FinTrack forms, but build it as you as you build your sphere, you need to get that information, and you need to be top of mind awareness. So I've built into my client management program, Top Producer, all of my anniversaries, all of my birthdays, as a reminder of when to bring it up, and I shoot them a personal message. I can tell you one story I did a number of years ago. A good lawyer friend of mine, I had his anniversary all set up, and a week ahead of time it comes up and says, "Hey, remind Gary about his anniversary." So I shoot Gary a quick email saying, "Hey, buddy, don't forget about your anniversary. It's coming up on next Wednesday." He got back to me the next day and he said, "You've saved my life. I totally did a flyby. I would have missed it 100%. Appreciate it very much." Do you think that's value added? Absolutely, it is. So I've sent you an email with a couple forms and instructions, and one's an exercise, and the exercise is to determine the value of your sphere. So, and we all know that for every person that's in your sphere, they know another 100 people. So if you can take a core sphere and develop referrals over 10 years, we want to analyze what that return will be. So a simple example, and if you look at the example I sent you Mike Holmes, Homes on Homes. He's a client of mine. Anyhow, so we go through the sphere, we put in the information, what is it, social media preferences, Facebook, and one of the things that I have chosen not to be good at is social media, because quite frankly, I don't want to be on social media. So I've got my sphere. Life's good. I'm okay. But for you guys, especially the young folks, social media is the easiest, fastest way to build a sphere that, man, it's crazy good. Anyhow, don't have to tell you about that. So we got what they're passionate about. We got their family members, and this is where you're building your sphere and getting personal with them. So then we want to take a look at the numbers. Okay, let's boil it down to the numbers. The average sale or purchase price from a sphere member, I picked a number in my example of $350,000. So that's about the average house prices right now. And so if they're going to send me referrals, I based it on that with a 2% commission, as you can see. So that is $7,000. So number of times this member will buy or sell in the next, or will refer someone to me in the next 10 years is 2 times a year. That's my goal, is to get 2 leads a year from my sphere. And the number of referrals received per year is 2, and number of transactions that they'll personally do in 10 years is 2. So when we do the math, the average is $14,000 a year for those 2 referrals from that client, and the value over 10 years is $160,000. I added in $20,000 for their 2 personal transactions, assuming that their transaction is going to be a little higher in price range. And if you do the math now, because it's real easy, if you have to make $1 million over 10 years. You only need 6 sphere members doing this. 6. Anybody can get 6 productive sphere people. My question to you is, why would you settle for 6? What if you had 20? What if you build up a network and 20 is small? What if you built up a network of 20? In 10 years, that's $3.2 million that they're going to contribute to you. So I'm not a rocket scientist, but $3 million in 10 years is pretty good change. And if I can build my sphere and be meaningful to my sphere and be a contributor to my sphere and be the real estate resource center to my sphere, I'm pretty sure that that's going to lead to really good things. They're going to refer investors to you. Last week, I got a phone call from a lady that works in a law office. She's a real estate assistant. And she called and said, "Miles, I've been referred to you by so and so, and I want to buy investment real estate. I've come into some money. I have between $600,000 and $700,000, and I was told you're the guy. Well, I met with her last weekend. Single mom, yeah, $600,000 to $700,000 to invest, and both her friend in the law office, who's a client of mine, and her boss, the lawyer, principal lawyer at the company, which is a client of mine in my sphere, both said, you want to buy investment real estate, you go talk to Miles. So I have a client looking for some investment real estate. Now, that is directly from my sphere. If you don't think a sphere is important, it's as important as air. Work on your sphere, develop your sphere, brainstorm, question, what can I do? Like, when we're able to have social gatherings, people will be starving for human contact. There'd be no better time than have a movie night. There'd be no better time to have a barbecue. But invite the people that are tight. Make them tight. Make them part of a special group. All right? Do something to stand out. Do something to set yourself apart. And if you can't come up with ideas, Google it. The internet's a wonderful thing. And if you have any questions about building your sphere, you get a hold of me. I'll be sending you out this video and the forms, and let's have some fun and build a big sphere.